Awesome. So now we have a get price function, which is going to return the value of Ethereum in terms of USD as a UINT 256. Now, all we have to do is convert our message.value in terms of dollars using this get price function. To do that, we're going to use our get conversion rate function. This get conversion rate function is going to take a UINT 256 ETH amount as an input, and we're going to convert this ETH amount to its value in dollars. This will be a public view function that will return a UINT 256. So first, we're going to get the price of Ethereum by doing UINT 256 ETH price equals our get price function that we just defined. And then we're going to do UINT 256 ETH amount in USD equals ETH price times ETH amount. And then we actually have to divide by 1E18. The reason we divide by 1E18 is because both of these have 18 decimal places. And if we multiply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, if we multiply these by each other, where both of these are representing 1, we're actually going to get a number that's absolutely massive with 38 decimal places. So we need to divide by 1E18 to reduce it back down to what it should actually be. An important rule with working with math in Solidity is you always want to multiply before you divide. The reason for this is since, again, only whole numbers work in Solidity, if you were to do 1 divided by 2, you would end up getting 0. So you always want to multiply first. When we get to the Foundry section of this course, testing all this math is going to be a lot easier. If you're really struggling with some of the math bits right now, I wouldn't let that slow you down because one of the things that AI is really good at is doing a lot of these math conversions. But in any case, this ETH amount in USD is the number that we're looking for. So we can say return ETH amount in USD. And awesome, now we have a get conversion rate function. Let's walk through this together just so that you can understand what's actually going on. Let's say we want to see how much one ETH is worth. Well, we're going to get the ETH price, which let's say it's $2,000, but it's going to be $2,000 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18 zeros. So ETH price might look something like this. So that means we're going to do this 2,000 with 18 decimal places times 1 ETH, which is going to be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10. We're going to multiply those together. And then since we're going to get an additional 36 zeros, then we just divide by 1E18. And that's how we would get $2,000 equals 1 ETH. It's going to be 2,000, of course, with 18 decimal places. One of the good reasons for using whole numbers in Solidity is that it's not possible to have decimal places. So we don't lose any precision, which is really good. So normally we should test this function before continuing, but since we're doing all this on a testnet, and I promise you that I tested this all beforehand, we're just going to go ahead and keep going. So now that we've done all this work, if we want to make sure that our users are sending at least $5, we can do get conversion rate of message.sender needs to be greater than minimum USD, because get conversion rate takes an ETH amount as input, uses the pricing information to get the dollar value back, and we're going to check to see that the dollar value of the message.value is greater than the minimum USD. However, since get conversion rate returns a value with 18 decimal places, we need to update our minimum USD to say 5 times 10 raised to the 18th. Or we could also do 5E18, or we could do 5 times 1E18. I personally like this 5E18 syntax, but whatever works for you. I'm going to deploy this to a testnet just to demonstrate this working, but again, you do not have to. So we're going to go ahead, delete our previous deployments, injected Web3, deploy, MetaMask pops up. I'm going to go ahead and confirm. After a long delay, we'll get our deployed contract here, where we have all this stuff. We can call get price, and we can see the value of Ethereum right now is this, with 18 decimal places, which is awesome. So it's around $1,896. So if I were to try to fund this with maybe 100 way, I know for a fact that 100 way isn't going to be enough. So if we call this fund function, we're actually going to get this gas estimation failed. Gas estimation error failed with the following message, blah, blah, blah. Error, execution reverted, didn't send enough ETH, which is actually exactly the error message that we have here. It's exactly what our error message is here in our require, didn't send enough ETH. So if we try to fund it, we're going to get didn't send enough ETH. And this gas estimation failed is a pretty common error that you'll see in Remix and Solidity and EVM in general. It's kind of just the boilerplate answer for something went wrong. Luckily, we got the actual error message here so that we could debug, here's what's actually going on. Now you see here, we could still send this transaction. Like I said, we would actually spend gas to send a failed transaction. And this isn't something that we want to do, so we're going to go ahead and cancel. However, if we did send maybe 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we go to Google, actually, we can even see like an ETH to dollar conversion rate. So if we sent 0.01 ETH right now is worth $18. It might be different depending on when you actually do it. So we send 0.01 ETH in our remix, and we can do that by doing 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 1E16. And we hit fund now. We actually see MetaMask pops up. We don't get that gas estimation error. We can go ahead and confirm, and we can see that our function is working as expected, which is great. It's reverting transactions that have less than $5, and it's letting transactions go through that have at least $5. Awesome. And if we select minimum USD, we can obviously see that here. And we can see we have 0.01 ETH here. Fantastic. And since we don't have a withdrawal function here, we actually can't pull it out, which is another reason why I say, hey, maybe don't test this right now. But great, we've confirmed our get conversion rate is working. So let's move on. Fantastic.